Welcome to the next game in the Oswego Dynasty. We're going to be playing our first home game ever in school history, and we're going to be doing it against Kent State. They're also at the bottom of the pyramid with us in Tier 4, and they're slightly worse than our last matchup with Middle Tennessee State, but their top players are another right end and halfback. From last game, we know that our offensive line struggles against a strong defensive front and especially against a good running back. We'll be looking to control the ball for sure in this game, much like we did in the last game. We need to be able to capitalize on our drives to have a shot in this one and hopefully not let the running back break any records this time. So after playing the first game, our best players were not being utilized to my liking, speaking specifically about our wide receivers. So we're going to try and implement our wide receivers into our offense and bring them into our running game. So we've moved our third and fourth best wide receivers to the running back positions so that we have more speed and skill as we run the ball in this offense. We are still going to be keeping our best wide receivers out on the edges for when we are able and need to throw the ball. So this game is still going to be a challenge for us with still having those shaky bars. So let's get this game going and start our first home game off this season and school history. So Kent State has chosen to defer to the second half, and that is the start of Oswego's home game. So we're going to start this play off here. We're going to switch the play over, and we've got our new running backs in there, which are basically our old wide receivers, and Steven Cabral is going to get the handoff, and he's going to go for a loss of 2 yards on that play. We got second down and 12, and Pace is going to keep the ball, and he's going to toss it to Cortez Jaquez, and that is going to go for a yard and still going to set up a very long 3rd and 12 on this play with a play action and no time there, and Abdul Pace throwing the ball basically away to save the sack. And then we've got our punter, who's not very good, so we send that ball off the side of his foot, setting up a very good field position, just like last game, for the Kent State Golden Flashes. And their first play of the game is going to go to Marquez Cooper. He's going to go for 7 yards, shoestring tackle, saving basically a touchdown on that one. So now we've got that second down and 3, and Schlee is going to just run over everybody. He's going to break another tackle. He's going to be pushed out at the Oswego 16-yard line, setting up that 1st and 10. Schlee keeping the ball on that one, going for a rush of 4 yards on the play. And then Marquez Cooper is going to get the ball, and he is going to be stopped just short of the end zone, but not before he gains 10 yards on that play. Defense actually forcing a good amount of plays there, but Leach is going to be wide open as they sent the house, but that is going to set up that touchdown, Kent State 7-0. So Oswego on that second drive. Let's see if we can get anything going. Abdul Pace going to keep it, and he's going to rush for 3 yards. And now we've got 3rd down and 13 after losing yards on that second down. Got the play action pass there, and Mayo is going to catch the ball right before that he goes out of bounds, but does not pick up the first down on that one. Another quick drive for Oswego. So now Kent State's going to start the ball in Oswego territory, and Chris Leach is going to catch that pass out on the edge, go for 17 yards, and James is going to get the wide receiver screen and is going to just run past everybody Oswego did not stand a chance on that one. Kent State now up 14-0. Oswego needs to figure out these drives. Pace going for that pass, getting it knocked down. That Kent State defender showing up out of nowhere, it seemed like. So now we've got 3rd down and 5. And that is going to be swatted down again. Another quick drive for Oswego's offense. Definitely not what we were looking for coming into this game. And Marquez Cooper is going to find his way and just run out of the tackles and through the fantastic blocking that Kent State gave him on that one, rushing in for that touchdown very easily. That is going to set up the 21-0 lead for Kent State. And Oswego has still not been able to find anything on their first 3 drives. Obi Hopkins thought about taking it out, but he decides to stay in the end zone for that one. 9 plays, 9 yards. That doesn't look great, especially when Kent State's got 8 plays and over 100 yards of offense. Let's see what Oswego can do. Fontaine is going to press up onto the line, and Obi Hopkins is going to just get tackled again for -1 yards on that one, setting the drive up in a bad situation again. Pace, he's got no time, thrown out of the sack on that one. A lot of passes happening already on this drive. Something trying to get Mayo and Hill involved in the offense. It's going to set up another 3rd down and long. And Jacquez out of the backfield. He's going to find the open space and gain a catch for 17 yards. Oswego's first down of this game, coming at a very good time because Kent State is showing to be another formidable foe for Oswego in this one. So that's going to set up a 1st and 10 from the Oswego 41, and Obi Hopkins finding the space. He's going to go gain a 1st down, gaining 11 yards on the play on that one. That's going to gain him up to 15 yards of total offense so far today. And Cortez Jacquez is going to go nowhere. Kent State shutting down the run in this game so far. So 2nd down and 11. Obi Hopkins, he seems to be the only guy that's able to do anything. He's running past the defenders, gaining another 1st down, going for 14 yards on that one, doubling up his totals on the day. So now Pace is going to throw it to Mayo, and he's going to go make that catch. Big man on that one, gaining 7 yards on the play for that one. 2nd down and 3, starting then the 2nd quarter. Obi Hopkins is going to go pick up that 1st down, gaining 8 yards on the play. Obi Hopkins is finding his way right now in this drive. This is very much needed drive for Oswego in this one. And Steven Cabral going for the run. He's going to gain 4 yards, the big slow Lumberton fullback on that play. Setting up a 3rd down and 2. You really want to finish this drive off if you're Oswego here. Really want to finish it off. And Jacquez out of the backfield. He's going to go fight for that 1st down. He's going to gain a tough earned 3 yards. Setting up 1st and goal for Oswego from the Kent State 8-yard line. Pace is going to keep the ball. He had the chance, but picks up half the yards needed, gaining 4 on the play. Now we've got a 3rd down and goal as we're approaching 3 minutes left in that 2nd quarter. Pace has got nowhere to throw the ball to. Everybody is covered. He's going to take the sack. A smarter play by him. Hopefully we're able to pick up this field goal after a similar field goal range from last game. And he's going to put this one away. Lumpkin correcting his errors from last game and putting it basically straight down the middle. Oh, and it looked like Obi Hopkins went down on that drive. Probably one of the big reasons why that drive stalled out there. And now we've got Lumpkin kicking the ball off to Kent State there, and Cooper is going to find a lot of space up there, gaining 33 yards before anybody even came close to touching him. Kent State is in Oswego territory already. Marquez Cooper, he's going to find the space, and he is going to gain 21 yards on that simple halfback route on that one. Schlee, 5 for 5 with 2 touchdowns on the day. He is looking like an all-star right now. And Cephas, the best player on their team, he's going to toe tap on that one, gaining that first down. And Marquez Cooper is going to walk into the end zone. An 11-yard touchdown run, walking into the end zone. Kent State now up 28-3. So we got about a minute and a half left in the first half. Oswego is going to hand that ball off to Obi Hopkins, who seems to be better after picking up that injury on that last drive, gaining 3 yards on this one. Looks like Oswego is prepared to just take it into the half, and Pace is going to fumble the ball. He doesn't find it, and Diaby is going to pick it up and walk into the end zone. Another offensive mistake in this game right before half. It seemed like Oswego was just fine to take it into half, and that is going to... Oswego's just going to kneel it down so nothing crazy happens. Going to take it straight into halftime. Unfortunately, there at the end, Kent State is going to go up 35-3. Really, really unfortunate for Oswego right there at the end. Again, that defense is showing to be incapable of being able to stop a single person on this offense, and they are handling this defense. Really, really, really would like to see the offense be able to do something. Those first 3 drives are very tough for the defense, especially when we have such a terrible defense that shows that they are incapable of stopping anybody, making everybody look incredibly good. But we need Oswego to come out in this half ready to go and gain some yards. So, after Kent State deferred to that second half, Oswego will kick the ball off to them to start this second half. Marquez Cooper, again, looking like he is going to gain some yards. He's going to bounce off 2 tacklers, finding space, and he is brought down. If without that tackle, it looks like he takes it to the house on that one. 35-yard kick return on that one, setting them up on their own 42-yard line, and Cephas is going to find some space, gaining 4 yards on that out route there. Schlee is still perfect on the day. Marquez Cooper, he's going to just run through 2 of those tackles there, gaining 18 yards, getting stopped by the safety on the play. Last chance on that one. And Walker, he's going to find wide open space. 2 Kent State wide receivers in the same spot. A little bit of miscommunication, but that does not matter. They are going to just walk right into the end zone. Another fantastic play there for Kent State. Another great offensive drive, 42-3. Oswego starting off their drive, and Cortez Jaquez is going to gain 5 yards on that play. Offense really needs to do something here. It's basically this drive or bust. And Obi Hopkins is going to gain 4 yards on that play, setting up a 3rd and 1 on the play. Coming up on this one, 3rd and 1. Abdul Pace is going to keep the ball, and he's going to pitch it last second. And Obi Hopkins is going to go and gain 12 yards, trying to juke past the defender, but is unable to, but is able to still gain 12 yards on that play. So now we've got a 2nd down and 9, and Hill is going to drop a pass. You got one of your better players trying to get him into the game, and he is dropping the ball on Abdul Pace there. So now we've got 3rd down and 9. That would have probably been a first down if Hill is able to hold on to that ball. Looks like nobody's open out there, and Abdul Pace is just going to throw the ball away because nobody is able to get open, and Oswego is going to punt the ball off to Kent State. Schlee with the pump fake on the wide receiver screen, leaving Walker wide open. He just runs right past the defender, showing off that speed and Oswego's lack of speed on that one. Schlee still perfect on the day. 49-3 for Kent State. Obi Hopkins is going to get the ball on this one, and he is going to just come up shy of that first down, setting up a 2nd and inches. Now we've got Jacquez in the backfield on this one, and Pace is going to fake the handoff to Jacquez, and he is going to go gain 6 yards on that play. Now we've got 1st down and 10 in Kent State territory, and Jacquez again is going to go gain 9 yards on this play. Jacquez 2 plays in a row being the primary ball carrier on that one. Wondering if either Hopkins is injured or nope, there he is. He's right back, just getting a little bit of a plays off on those ones, and he's going to gain 3 yards on the play there. And now that is going to take us into the 4th quarter of a game that seems to be out of reach, and Pace is going to throw the ball over the wide receiver's head. The game may be out of reach, but Oswego is still trying to muster up some sort of offense. It's something that has been a struggle for this team. Let's see if they can be able to do something with it. And Pace is going to hand the ball off to Jacquez as he's going to fight through a break a tackle, gaining 17 yards on the play. That is 10 rushes for 42 yards for Jacquez, and that is going to push us past the 100 rushing yard mark in a triple option offense in the 4th quarter. That tells you how bad this offense has been. Cabral running over a Kent State player, gaining 11 yards on that play, setting up a very nice 3rd down and 2. Going to set up another, probably a predictable rollout play, as that has been the call almost every single time it's been 3rd and short, and Fontaine is going to get that catch on that one, gaining the 1st down. So now we got 2nd down and goal, eating up a good chunk amount of minutes in this game. Cabral gaining 3 yards on that one, going for a 3rd down and goal and a short situation. Probably that play action pass, but that is handed off to Obi Hopkins, and that is going nowhere. -1 yards on the play, setting up 4th down and goal, and they are going to go for it and try and get some points instead of kicking it. See if they can get into the end zone for the first time, and that is just going to be thrown right to that Kent State player. What were you going to do on that one? There's not really much that you can do in that situation other than try and throw the ball and gain some yards. So now Kent State, they've got about a minute left in this game, and Cooper's just going to run past everybody, going all the way to the house. That is basically going to be the game. 1 minute left. That is going to be 56-3. And that is how the game is going to end, with Marquise Cooper dominating the game with 236 yards of offense for him in this game. 200 yards rushing on 10 attempts, averaging 20 yards per carry. That is incredibly tough. Man, again, this is just one of those really difficult games to just swallow. Again, our defense just shows that it is incapable of being able to create a stop. That first drive that we had against Kent State looked really good. That was the most amount of plays I've seen any offense have to do in a drive, and that was awesome. But it just couldn't withstand it. Kent State really got on a roll, and we just couldn't stop anything. 35 points in the, basically defense allowed 28 points in that first half, but offense, again, letting the defense down again at the end of the drive there, end of the half, and fumbling the ball, giving them a 35-3 lead at halftime. and Oswego's offense hasn't really picked up. I mean, this was the first game we had our wide receivers playing running back, so that did appear to be a good look that we had going. We threw the ball a lot more than I probably would like to or would need to, but I mean, our best players on our offense are mostly our wide receivers, and that's why we've got a bunch of them in our backfield now. They're really good threats out of when we're throwing the ball too. Fast, much faster than our big fullback that we've got. So it works out pretty well when we have something going on like that. It's just a tough situation that we're in here. Just kind of need to pick up the offense a little bit. Those first few drives, that first down that we need to get has always been the toughest thing for this offense. I mean, our first 3 drives were 3 plays. We wasted no time. Kent State went down the field and scored easy. And that's just kind of the way it is. Our offense basically just needs to score every time it has the ball, or else we're just kind of in a really tough situation. I haven't seen our defense be able to stop anybody yet, and that's why we want our offense to control the ball as much as they can and then score. But that's just what they have to do. And then our defense is going to get better eventually over time. Maybe not this year, but our offense needs to start finding the little things to click. Our second half drives seem to do a little bit better. We just don't finish them, but they do eat up a lot of time. So we can see the progress that the team can make. We just need to see it happen. Recruiting is going to be a big point for us in the offseason here to get this defense back up to where it needs to be. And it's really tough because we're working on that budget system and we're having to cut guys here like all the time. So we just need to figure out who are the guys that we are going to get and go get them and really just help build this team up to the way that we need to be. This is going to be a rebuild. It's going to be a rebuild, and we need just some patience for the fans. And offense is going to pick it up. I know that we're figuring things out, and we're gonna figure it out. Second half, we do really well. Obi Hopkins got a lot of yards in that offense. Offense did very well in the second half, moving the ball up the field. Just got to finish drives. And that's one of the things that's going to be trying to figure out is how do we gain yards when we need to gain yards. That's basically what every offense tries to do, but that's something that we just haven't been able to figure out. How do we gain yards when we need to gain yards? Those third down and shorts, the second down plays that create those third down and shorts just kind of need to be ahead of the sticks every time we carry the ball. It's hard this offense has a really difficult time when it starts going behind the sticks. So just trying to figure out where this offense goes. And we'll be able to try and figure that out as we go into our first bye week of the season, into that week 3. We'll spend some time figuring out our recruiting and figuring out our offense. Thanks so much for watching. Here are my playlists of the Billings Dynasty and this one. Until next time.